Let's begin with during the class trial, you will present. If you vote correctly, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened. And that person will earn the...
Oh, no matter how many times I hear it, it's such a cruel rule.
Now then, let's first discuss the motive. That masterpiece of gaming, Twilight Syndrome murder case.
What? Who cares about that game?
The outcome of this trial should be determined by whether or not we find Mahiru's killer.
Nevertheless, we shouldn't ignore it. After all, that game is the motive this time.
Yeah, you're right. Then let's try discussing that first.
I'm sure everyone who's beaten the game already...
Some of us have not.
It means Twilight. Additionally...
Some of us are careful.
So, I think it's better if we put...
I see!
Girl A is probably Mikan Tsumiki. That timid tone. Based on the list of names in the staff roll.
Why am I in a video game? That's an infringement of my rights! A nasty, trashy pig shit like you doesn't have any private... Ah, a nasty, trashy pig shit. I feel... Huh?
I see!
Girl B was short and foul-mouthed.
Short and foul-mouthed? That's...
Anyway... I see!
Girl C is Ibuki.
Girl, see? Then I'll see you next Tuesday! Let's move on to girl...
I see!
Girl D is my...
Yeah, that's correct. Let's skip Girl E. I see!
Aren't you Guy F, Fuyuhiko?
I was in a game? That reminds me. Another person? It was one of the names. The names were Sumiki, Koizumi, Sayonji, Miyoda, Sato, Kuzuryu.
Hold on! What?
It's not like I'm wrong, since you beat the game.
I can prove it with this! In the game, Guy F, Kuzuryu, mentions that he has a little sister.
What do you mean, little sister?
This is what Guy F said in the game. It's pretty clear. There's no doubt that... Plus, the sister actually appeared in the game.
By the way, what role did Guy F's little sister, the other Kuzuryu, play? I see!
The dead high school girl who was the first victim in the game.
Based on Guy F's tone in the game, it's clear that Girl E is... So if the only person left is the dead high school girl, why do you sound so fucking happy? Gaming personality? I was being sarcastic.
Hey, you said the game is a...
Yeah, I have a little... Something wrong with that? It's not just a game, that's what... Don't go... She was the type to die easily. I mean... When I first... It happened...
About that.
Shut the fuck up! You be quiet! I see. So you're... Okay, I understand your attitude.
Nagito, you seem to be doubting Fuyuhiko.
A mystery that easy would make me feel sad. It wouldn't... That's why. Okay.
Anyway, now we...
Girl A is Mikan. Girl B is Hiyoko. Girl C is Ibuki. Girl D is Mahiru. Guy F is Fuyuhiko. And the first victim in the game That dead high school girl is Fuyuhiko's little sister.
That's just a story in a fucking game.
If so, then Girl E is Miss Sato.
Could it be? The same Miss Sato who likes...
I don't know what Sato you're talking about, but I don't think...
Maybe it's related to Gundam's last name.
Tanaka may be an ordinary family name, but it's far better than...
Hey, no one cares about that.
Huh?
My, you don't know.
What?
Getting killed is...
My! Such awful times we live in!
You guys are deaf.
So the mystery of the game.
Then let's hurry up and solve it. Crap! I see!
The reason Girl E was killed is because she killed the...
Which means Girl E was killed as revenge for the... What do you think, Fuyuhiko? Apparently Girl E was killed to avenge... You're fucking persistent! I don't... In order to make that clear, we need...
It's the murder that occurred in the music room. I knew it would come up, so I prepared in advance. Look, I made a map of the music room's surroundings, which was the stage of the first case.
I'm surprised you went to all this trouble.
Mapping is second nature to classic dungeon crawler RPGs have a first...
We get it! Let's talk about...
Then, Girl A, Girl B, Girl C, and Girl D were at the entrance hall when they heard the sound of glass breaking. Immediately, they climbed the stairs to the second floor and headed to where they heard that sound. Girl E was in front of the music room on the second floor, and she confirmed that the sound came from in there. But the door to the music room was locked. So Girl D went to get the key from the office. They found the victim's body. Because the music room's window was broken, the girls thought the killer escaped through there. The sound of breaking glass that they heard at the entrance halls, plus Girl E's school swimsuit was still... How does that sound?
Yep, an understandable explanation.
But it wasn't a pervert, right?
Obviously. Girlie was waiting outside the music room for the other girl.
Did she lock the music room from the outside? Then she...
Which means Girlie was hiding that key. We can assume she used it to lock the music room after she left it.
But Girl D was the one who went to the office to get the key to the music room, right?
By the way, since it was never mentioned in the...
You can lock the music room from the inside, right? So from there, Girlie broke the window and escaped and sprinted to the front of the music room as fast...
She would have passed by the entrance hall where the other girls were waiting if she tried to do that.
Then... forget...
It's not cute to see if...
Hey! Is Girl E really...
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window in the music room and escaped outside.
So how did Girl E get from outside the school to the front of the music room?
To go back to the music room from outside, you need to go through the entrance hall. Plus, at the entrance hall... The other 4 girls should have been there.
At the entrance hall, the girls heard the sound of the window shattering.
How was she able to get past those 4 and wait in front of the music?
She probably used a hidden passage. Twilight's hidden passageway is the world's best!
After she killed the first victim in the music room, what did Girl E do?
She just broke the window and escaped out.
So how did Girlie to the front of the mute? To go back to the... You need to go through... Plus, at the end, the other 4 girls should have been...
At the entrance hall, they heard the sound of the window shattering.
No, that's wrong!
First of all, the sound the girls heard wasn't the window breaking.
If it wasn't the window, then what broke to make that sound?
A vase.
Vase? How low can you go?
After the murder, a broken vase was discovered in the classroom next to the music room.
So the sound of breaking glass that the 4 girls heard wasn't the music. It was the sound of...
Actually, the murder was nearly finished. Girl E killed the victim in the music room, broke the window. With that key, she locked the music room and went back to wait in front. All she had to do was break the vase in the next door.
To make them think the murder had just occurred.
So, when the 4 of them ran over after they... I see! Now the
Wait a minute! The mystery hasn't been solved!
Who cares about the murder?
Not cool! I went to all the trouble of making this death march, so you gotta stick with it to the end!
What the heck? You're so annoying!
Fine, let's figure out the weapon. If this keeps up, I'm gonna... Which means I'll feel disgusting!
You're the disgusting...
The weapon is now then! Will you guys be able to figure it out?
A weapon inside the music room, huh? What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head? Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even bigger?
The investigation conducts universal chaos.
It's on that big a scale, too?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
If it's a weapon that was used to beat them to death, it should have had blood stains.
Was there a weapon with bloodstains on it? She beat her to death with her fists!
A weapon inside the music. What about broken glass?
Isn't the cause of death a blow to the head?
Then she attacked her with the fish tank.
That's too big to be a weapon.
Then the piano.
Why are you going even...
The investigation.
It's on that big a scale?
How about beating her with gravel instead?
I agree with that.
I got it. The killer must have used gravel to attack the victim.
goodness. I got it right. And I was just as I thought! I'm chosen by the gods!
You're not chosen at all.
What if the gravel is... The weapon is something that and the only thing I can think of. If you tie the swimsuit like a bag and stuff it full of gravel, it'd make it...
Gravel inside the swimsuit? Even the Ace Attorney would be astonished by such a But for the killer, it's an idea that kills two birds with one to make people think the killer is some pervert. It makes sense. And if that swimsuit was used...
How about it, Monokuma?
This happiness you feel when the mystery you create...
But the real important time... Girl E had someone who can be called an accomplice.
Girl D.
Huh? Mahiro is the accomplice? What is this? What does that mean?
The piece of face that became an important clue in the music room murder. Girl D got rid of it.
And apparently the reason Girl E committed murder in the first place was to protect Girl D. Girl D was being her... Girl E found out and tried to stop it.
And she felt a rush of...
But she should have had a clear murderous intent. I mean, she choked her...
She probably made her... I somewhat understand that people... You can?
But Girl E was also killed by someone on the 4th day. Or the game's last day. I might as well ask just in case. I see!
It should have been.
A scenario where Guy F murders Girl E out of a burning, hellfire desire to avenge his murdered sister.
But what? That's all you can say.
Hey, clear this up for me.
That is...
They don't remember! That's obvious!
Even if I don't remember, I already know! It's obvious that guy is the killer! No one would kill a nice person like Mahiru besides a piece of shit menace to society like Fuyuhiko! Girl E and Mahiru were killed by that guy!
You sure do talk a lot of shit. Well, I'm used to it by now.
But does Mahiru's murder have any...
Crap! Crap! I can prove it with this! I'm not sure the two events are unrelated. As proof, Mahiru, who was killed in the beach house, and Girl E, who was killed in the game, were both killed by a blow to the head with a metal bat. There's no way we can ignore that connection.
Someone must have wanted to split her head open the exact same way they avenged the first victim. Hey, why don't you confess already? You're the one who killed Mahiru, right?
You better cut that out right now! There is no way a stupid game could be the motive!
You're dumb enough to believe that stupid game, and that's why you killed her as revenge!
If you keep making up your mind like that, we're just going to go around in circles. And it's true Fuyuhiko may look suspicious. Don't you think that'd be too obvious?
What are you...
There's a possibility that it's a trap set by the true killer.
Trap? What do you mean?
The true killer played that game, and most likely found out about the relationships between the characters. That person could be using that knowledge to try to set up for Yuhiko.
Are you saying that a completely different killer murdered Mahiru and used the game motive as their cover?
Isn't that what happened, Yuhiko?
Huh?
Don't you understand? I'm saying you might be the truth.
What are you even saying, you nasty toilet-clogging bitch? What are you saying, you four-eyed troll? Accusing me of killing Mahiru? You're so mean!
Why do you doubt Hyoko? Do you know where Hyoko was today? She was at the beach house, the scene of the crime.
But I didn't go to the beach house!
No, that's wrong!
Wait a minute. You should have been at the beach house, Hyoko.
Seriously, I told you I didn't!
But these footprints in the sand in front of the beach house, aren't they yours?
I don't have such ugly foot. Don't decide that based on...
They're not Hyoko's footprints? The footprint I collected from your room matches these footprints perfectly.
Collected? I never gave you...
Plus, the footprints left which means when the owner of these footprints
a different entrance.
Are you saying when that person went inside the beach house, the body hadn't appeared yet?
the door was still accessible when they went in, and wasn't when they left. Which means something happened in between those two events. Isn't that right, Hyoko?
Ah! I remember now! I remember when I went... I'm pretty sure you guys already know this, but going for...
I've never heard of that date.
And that's when I went to the beach house. I went there on my morning...
I see. If you went there during your...
Don't believe her so easily, dumbass! She's obviously lying!
Huh? It's a lie?
People who call other people liars, if you say I'm lying, prove it. I did go to the beach. House. But only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up with Mahiru at the beach house?
Obviously not. Saying I met up with her when I never even saw her?
Damn it!
I did go to the beach house. But only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up with Mahiru at the beach house?
Obviously not. met up with her when I never even saw her? Is this a panel of idiots? I did go to the beach house. During my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up with Mahiru at the beach house?
Obviously not. Saying I met up with her when I never even saw her? Is this a panel of idiots? I did go to the beach house. Only during my morning walk. I didn't go any other time.
Then you didn't meet up at the beach house?
Obvious thing I met up with her when I never even saw her? Is this a panel of idiots? I did go to the beach, but only during my morning walk.
No, that's wrong.
Only during your morning walk, huh? Will you still claim that after you take a look at this letter?
That letter!
I see. So Hiyoko...
What?
Oh, snap! I remember. Me and Hajime met up at the diner around 3 p.m. to go to the beach. I saw you about 30 minutes later, so it should have been around 3:30 p.m.
See. So, I think 3:30 p.m.
You're wrong! You're totally...
Now that you mention it, you also passed by the diner for your...
No, it's just a coincidence that I passed by the diner. I wasn't even paying attention to the beach house. I went straight back to my cottage after I saw you.
For some reason, that sounds suspicious too.
It's the truth.
Just leave him alone. Anyway, that letter in Kazuichi's testimony says it all. You were meeting up with Mahiru at the beach house.
Seriously? I don't know! I didn't even write that letter! I'm telling the truth! I really don't know!
Is she really crying?
She's probably...
We can assume she summoned Mahiru with the intention of killing her all along. That's why she wrote a letter to let her know where to meet, so the others wouldn't find out. And then you went ahead to the beach house, hid yourself in a specific place, and waited for Mahiru. There's evidence for that, too.
Here!
The place where Hiyoko...
Yes, that's right, Hiyoko.
What's a good...
I have Hiyoko, who summoned Mahiru. When she saw her chance, she attacked her like a...
But Hiyoko miscalculated that because of that. She was...
We have presented the proof! My...
It's a trap! Who's someone? It must be that one person. There was a suspicious mask.
You're the one who wore that.
There's no way I'd wear such a childish mask.
That is right. It cannot be Hyoko. Huh? That mask says it all, which means the legendary...
Don't blame Miss Sonia! It's just a difference between cultures. Culture shock, you know?
Yoko, why don't you just admit it already?
Oh, why can't you
shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
That is...
And weren't you also hiding in the closet? So that's when you dropped the gummy!
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru. And afterward, you fled from the beach house!
At the time, the darkness in the road was blocked by the body. So you were forced to flee from the beachside entrance.
And that's how you left your footprints!
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
That is...
And weren't you also hiding? So that's when you dropped the gummy!
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru.
And afterward, you fled from the...
At the time, the doorway was blocked by the body. So you were forced to flee from the beachside.
And that's how you left your footprints!
I shall render my verdict upon this. Hiyoko is the sinner who killed.
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
And weren't you also hiding? So that's when you dropped the gummy!
You waited for your chance to kill Mahiru. And afterward, you fled from the beach house!
At the time, the darkness in the road was blocked by the body. So you were forced to flee from the beachside entrance.
And that's how you left your footprints!
I shall render my verdict upon this mystery's conclusion. Hiyoko is the sinner who killed Mahiru!
I'm telling you, it's a trap!
There's no doubt. You went to the beach house, right?
That is...
And weren't you also hiding? So that's when you dropped the gummy! No, that's wrong!
About that gummy, did Hiyoko really?
The only one childish enough to eat.
You're a midget too, you know.
It's true Hiyoko likes to eat gummies.
The brand of gummies you eat only have strawberry, melon...
Huh? But the gummy at the times... Huh? That gummy, it's not mine! The ones I eat don't have any yellow gummies!
That's right. None of the gummy bags in her cottage had any yellow...
Then we can't assume Hiyoko is the one... See? Didn't I tell... Damn it! I'll get my revenge! I'm gonna bop you...
Hold on, you little bitch! Don't be stupid! I'm not done back... We're not done with Hiyoko yet! There's still a huge piece of evidence left!
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house, right?
It's true, that's an important piece of evidence. And we can thank Mahiru for it!
What does that mean?
Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and blocked the door to the road. Thanks to her, we have the evidence we need!
That's wrong! I left those footprints during my morning walk!
We're not done with Hiyoko yet! There's still a huge piece of evidence left!
You're talking about the footprints near the beach house.
It's true, that's an important... And we can thank Mahiru for it!
What does that mean? Mahiru used her last ounce of strength and...
No, that's wrong! Mahiru didn't block the door. Her death was instant.
According to my autopsy, yes, there's no doubt.
Ryuhiko, you cannot do that.
I'm pretty sure her death. That's why Mahiru isn't the one who blocked the door. Someone else.
The killer, of course. They're the one who... That's why there were bloody drag marks left on the floor.
But why did the
Just ask Kyoko.
Serious? Let's assume Ryoko is the killer. Wouldn't that... If she handled a body that bloody, I think...
Huh? But when I saw her, she was clean.
See? I told you I wasn't the killer! Yay! With this, my innocence has been proven!
I won't let you look down on me! We haven't decided that yet!
Hey, Fuyuhiko.
Shut up! I'm telling... If Mahiru didn't block the door, then Hiyoko did it! She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body! Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of! If Mahiru didn't block, then Hiyoko did it! She killed Mahiru and blocked the door with her body! Hiyoko is the only killer I can think of!
If Hiyoko moved the body, then she should be covered in blood.
So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower. The fact that Hiyoko was at the beach can be proven by the footprint. Did you get all that, you bastard? So what, dumbass? There's a shower room inside the beach. After she moved the body, she just washed it off in the shower.
Allow me to cut through those words. Now, washing it off...
I'm terribly sorry.
Then maybe she took her clothes off to move...
Are you saying I...
I see.
Listen to me, Fuyuhiko. Which means Hiyoko can't change by herself. It's impossible for her to put on and take off her clothes.
Oh yeah, she couldn't even tie...
I didn't smell. Oh, wasn't... Yes, if you broke the rule...
Damn right! I'm such a stickler for the rules that even safari park rangers want nothing to do with me!
If she didn't change her clothes, then what did Hiyoko do with the... Like I've been saying, the blood...
Hey, if you think about it the other way around... Because if so, I believe Akane was soaked with...
Didn't I tell you that...
I can attest to that. If I...
Doubting me, of all people. You got some nerve. All right, I'll bend your body in half, so that actually sounds pretty cool!
The hell?
Hey, look, it's okay. Yeah, see? Because Mahiru taught me there's no way I would kill a nice person like her. Why wouldn't you believe me earlier? You guys are stupid! Stupid, stupid, stupid! Hiyoko, Please shut the hell up, pig barf. I'm sorry.
Hey, Hiyoko.
Huh?
Even though you're not the killer.
Like I said.
Yeah, I got that already, so...
I would like to know too. It might lead to some kind of clue.
Fine. Earl, she asked if we could... Huh? Damn it! So, cause I thought it'd be...
So?
I told her it was fine. Unlike everyone else here, Mahiru...
You always have to...
At the time, we were supposed... Around noon, there was a letter? Yeah, this... I saw this letter and went...
I can prove it with this. This letter. Doesn't it look like its contents are different from the letter Mahiru had? Mahiru's letter said to meet at 2.
Whoa!
It's also strange that both letters, it would be plausible if one of them said...
Hiyoko, since, like I said, I never wrote...
I see! The killer must have forged both letters.
The killer forged them so they could manipulate their act.
That seems very... Confirmed! Just...
Like this part. I was going to tell you in this part. It's in this part. The killer...
In doing so, they...
So they completely tricked me.
Really? I've offered to help so many times. It's all my fault.
Here we go again. Once we can just lightly punch him to death.
So based on what the letter said, you went to the beach house at 2 p.m., right, Hiyoko?
What's most important is what happened afterward. What a...
I fell asleep. Why'd you... It's not like I wanted to. That medicine... I thought that place seemed unsafe.
If you were aware of that from the start...
When I woke up, and when I rushed out...
And that's why you ran out of the...
I was scared. The killer probably planned to frame... And for that reason, they summoned Hiyoko before Mahiru, put her to sleep.
So their reason for blocking the door with
That's horrible!
Hiyoko, please...
Is it really okay to believe...
This'll never end if you keep being so suspicious.
Isn't that what a class trial is all about? The only way to survive is to be suspicious. This is... So if you believe in each other so easily, then there's definitely something wrong with you. Hiko. We aren't supposed to doubt each other here. We're supposed to work together. The class trial is where we cooperate with each other, work hard, and aim for victory. The killer and everyone else. Two hopes attempting to grasp the one true hope. Two hopes clashing with each other is poetry in motion. That is what a class trial should be.
Seriously, which side are you on?
I'm on the side of the absolute hope that can overcome any despair. And I believe that absolute hope exists at the point where two hopes clash.
Your stance is neither white nor black, but gray. And you do not yearn.
Jeez, I wish he'd just side with the enemy already so I can believe what he's saying!
Let's stop. Believing every little thing Nagito says,
Yeah, we need to figure out who Mahiru's killer is.
There should be a new clue contained in what... So, let us believe Yoko's words and discuss it once again with everyone.
Yep, yep. The debate proceeds when you assume you can believe each other. Good job. That's the right way. That's the splendid power of teamwork. Hey, what do you think of that, Monokuma? Whoa.
Dumbasses. You bastards don't. The only thing waiting for you is the bitter truth.
Well now, correct! You say Nanu in German.
And my heart is throbbing like crazy right now. To think that the person who killed the wonderful Mahiru Koizumi is impossible! Impossible! That's so impossible! There's no way I can believe that! Oh, I can't do anything! How annoying! But I'm just gonna believe in everyone. That's the least I can do. Everyone do your best. Don't lose to yourselves. And
Well, now that we've just...
if the killer was luring Hiyoko into...
Do you mean the
No.
Huh?
Hey, now that you... Just as I thought...
just as you thought.
If the killer planted evidence while Hiyoko...
Which means...
The killer returned to the scene of the crime...
They wouldn't have to do something that troublesome as long as they hid somewhere within the beach house.
That's impossible! There's nowhere to hide! I even glanced inside the shower room as I was running away, but there was nobody there!
Then, does that mean the killer came back?
At any rate, the solution to that problem is connected to what really happened.
It's all coming together! Do you think the killer might have been hiding?
You spent all that time thinking. Didn't I just say there was nowhere to hide?
Her personality got a hell of a...
No, there should have been a place for them to hide.
What are you saying? Stop.
Crap! Crap! Here! The killer is probably hiding in the closet.
The closet?
After you woke up, and you probably didn't look inside.
But could two people even...
That's why the killer made sure to...
Here! What about the surfboard case in the closet? I'm pretty sure they could have hidden in there.
Huh? But the shelf it was on. 2 surfboards were stacked on the top shelf. And there were surfboards that weren't even in a case. The killer probably did that on because we haven't been on this island that long. So the closet shouldn't have been that messy. Then, the killer was close to me during that time?
Yeah, they were quietly holding their breath and hiding.
It's kinda like in for a...
Don't you mean it's always...
I shouldn't say things I don't understand, like...
Anyway, the killer finally left the surfboard.
I agree with that as well.
Seriously, nobody...
There's no way the killer would leave Hiyoko by herself if they were trying to frame. If Hiyoko was left alone and ruined the evidence instead, it makes more sense to
Saying whatever you want, even if we didn't... Alright, if you don't want to friggin' get punched, just stand still and let me punch ya! Oh, you shut up.
Sorry, Akane. Hey, Monokuma.
I believe Prince Shotoku was from the future. A man from the future.
I'll listen to your story about men from the future. As I recall, the body discovery announcement is made when 3 or more people discover. Is the killer also included?
Yeah, that's true, but, well,
You don't sound very...
Jeez! You're pretty, and I know it sounds like an excuse, but the body discovery announcement isn't supposed to be. It's intended to create a fair trial. It's supposed to let everyone know a body has been found.
So you're saying it's unfortunate that I used it for depending on who actually found the body. It's possible that you're 3 or...
Well, as long as I keep things ambiguous, I can...
Flexibility. So what about this time?
Jeez, fine! You want me to say it? It doesn't include the killer.
Which means... 3...
What's wrong with it?
Nothing. I just thought it was somewhat strange.
You're the one who went on a tent.
We were just saying the killer was...
And after Hiyoko ran away, the killer got to enjoy the simple life of destroying evidence.
However, before we proceed, the killer blocked the roadside door with Mahiru's body before Hiyoko ran away.
Now that you mention it...
It's going to be all right. If you guys have come now. What did the killer do with the blood on their body?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, right? So washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody wetsuit?
They cut it up and whoosh.
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, I can declare it would definitely clog the toilet!
Maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body?
Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do with the blood?
Maybe they simply washed it off.
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible.
They didn't have to use the shower.
Oh, what about the wetsuits in the closet? Maybe they wore one when they moved the body.
If they used something other than the shower...
What did they do with the bloody wet?
They cut it up and whoosh.
As someone who flushes their shit every morning, it would definitely clog the toilet!
Maybe it's the other way around? Perhaps someone other than the killer moved the body?
Maybe they were able to wash it off.
What did the killer do with...
Maybe they simply washed...
They couldn't use the shower, so washing it off would have been impossible. No, that's wrong!
If they just needed to wash off the blood, they didn't necessarily have to use the shower. Could have just as easily
something other. I see.
Drinks inside the refrigerator.
I've seen through it. In theory,
Why?
try to remember the refrigerator, that there's no possible... It's true there were drinks in the beach house refrigerator. However, try think one bottled drink wouldn't be enough to wash off the blood.
I can't back down! We can't assume they used just one drink. They could have used a bunch of them to wash it off.
Didn't I say it was impossible? There were only flavored. If you use those, the blood won't come off in your body. They will leave an aromatics, especially if you use the water. That alone would raise suspicion. Didn't I say it was impossible? There were no water bottles in the refrigerator.
Allow me to cut through those words! There were water bottles inside the refrigerator.
How many?
That was after the incident, right? And the killer took all of those water bottles...
So you're saying the water bottles were gone?
It's not a fallacy. There should have been evidence inside the trash can. Evidence like a lot of thrown away...
Ah, you're right.
Well, now that you... When I went to the beach house...
Then, the plot...
Dousing your body with lots of water bottles!
It seems you've realized who... See?
Let me...
the only one! Pecco, is it you?
Then I should ask you this.
I remember when we were on... If the killer really did wash the... But there were no towels in the beach house. And so you said you went swim...
Don't just... Hold on, you bastard! You saw her at the diner! You never... So maybe she... No one even... No. Huh? After... So there's no doubt.
Hold on. That's... You told me you didn't...
We haven't established... The roadside door was blocked. Then how the...
Why are you all fire...
Who cares about that?
We might have an answer. Well, it's Pecco.
Then let's hear this a little.
First, let's...
I see!
If the roadside and beachside doors aren't... Well, nothing...
Huh. Don't you know how high that...
But what if...
She might have reached it by riding someone's shoulders, but then...
Is it possible an object was used?
And what happened to the rope after they used it? And don't say something...
Of course not! That would violate...
Littering is prohibited.
You see? There's no way...
No, they just... Chiaki, don't fall asleep on us! You did? I thought you were... I see. You don't... Huh? Pekka was wearing a swimsuit. And if you say she hid it in her special place... No!
Pecco, you carry that bamboo sword on your back at all times, right? If I recall correctly... Despite the fact that you had a swimsuit on, you were still wearing your bamboo sword.
Are you saying she used that?
Yeah. Peko used us.
So, you see? I knew it! I knew it was a ninja! Didn't ninjas know a climbing trick where they lean their sword against a wall and...
Wow! Just like a jump.
Miss Sonia, ninjas only...
Well, it is a bamboo sword, but I'm sure it's one...
Well, Peko,
You're saying she used her sword, it would have been left in the shower room, and...
Fuyuhiko.
Shut up! Just shut the f- If she used the bamboo sword... Got proof, you bastard! That's obviously impossible! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard! Shut up! Shut up! Don't fuck with me! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! Bastard! Got proof, you bastard? I'll see your fucking organs! You're pissing me off! You're pissing me off! Bastard! Shut up! Shut up! Got proof, you bastard? That's obviously impossible! If she used the bamboo sword as a step stool, it would have been left... This is the end!
If she used her bamboo sword as a step stool, she could have recovered it with her sword back. When she leaned her sword against the wall to use as a step stool, she tied her sword back to it. And after she climbed up to the window, as long as she hauled the bag up toward her, she would have been able to breathe.
Oh, I see. Not just the bamboo. Akane said she's like a ninja. Simply put, only Peko could have performed it. Even so, how disappointing. Oh. You don't got it!
It's fine.
Huh?
I said it's fine.
Among flowers, the cherry blossom. Among very well. If you had...
Agreed. Hold. Can it wait until after? This is important, and it relates to my motive. In the end, you had no connection to the event.
So it's... I must say... in order to... protect the justice of this world. I do not sully my hands to... There is only one reason I kill. For the sake of protecting justice.
What are you saying?
Justice is what makes Justice is the eternal sun. And the enduring... hello! If justice ever the world would immediately free. I will not allow that!
It's fine, just stop it!
Justice must always be there. So I must fight. This is... As the light of justice shines upon my... Justice complete! The center of justice that is pierced by justice. The lead star, that would be me. Sparkling! Now then, let's...
What the fuck?
Hego!
I am in the name of sparkling, shining... What's going on?
Everyone! Sparkling Justice is Cloud in her various hero masks. She is a serial killer who exclusively targets other criminals. She is supposed to be...
Ally of this mask, just like various items. Justice should also be...
I don't get it!
This is turning out... Hey! Take a look!
This,
Huh? So what's your answer to my...
This world must always be evil, must be eliminated immediately. No matter what. I must not...
Evil?
If you knew about that incident...
And because of that, I was able to...
Then...
To protect justice, of course. In order to protect justice, and...
Holy crap!
Hego.
Am I true? It just shows my determination. I'm willing to become anybody to shower...
Oh! I can't stand it!
Let's go over this incident. Everything that happened in this case. The incident began this morning when Mahiru spoke of... Mahiru most likely played Twilight Syndrome. She probably wanted to discuss it. Kyoko accepted Mahiru's invitation. However, the killer eavesdropped on their conversation and by preparing a specific item. That item was the letters. They sent fake letters to both Mahiru and Hyoko. The letter Mahiru received told her to come to the beach house at 2:30 p.m. And the letter Hyoko received told her to come to the beach house at exactly 2 p.m. By providing different times, the killer was able to lure them to the beach house separately. Hyoko totally trusted that letter, showed up at the beach, and was drugged into unconsciousness by... After putting Hyoko to sleep, the killer immediately hid her inside the closet, so they could frame her as the killer. At 2:30 p.m., Mahiru arrived at the beach house. She was completely unaware that she'd been... Approaching her from behind, the killer struck the metal bat that was left at... The bat was brought down onto the back of... According to Mikan's autopsy. With that, the killer achieved their... They dragged Mahiru's body. Also, the mask found at the scene of the crime was something the killer personally left. I'm not really sure why. That's how the crime scene we discovered was created. However, by moving Mahiru's body, the killer got blood splatter on it. Plus, the shower room had no water because it was out of order, so they couldn't wash it off. But the killer expected something like that to happen. Instead of the shower, the killer used something else. They used plastic... We can assume they carried the bottles to the shower room before the sequence of events had happened. In place of showering, they washed the blood off their body with water bottles. However, they had no choice but to littering is against the rules, and it would have taken too much time. After the killer washed off the blood, they hid in a specific spot inside the closet Hyoko was in. The killer hid inside the surfboard case that they had already emptied beforehand. After some time had passed, the sleeping drug used on Hyoko I can imagine how badly Hyoko must have panicked when she came. She made plans to see Mahiru. From the shock and panic of being considered a murder suspect, Hyoko fled from the beach house. Because of that, she left footprints in the sand. After Hyoko left, the killer finally came and placed a gummy that they brought with them to shift our suspicion toward. Ironically, placing that gummy is what helped. Finally, the killer began preparing. They couldn't risk leaving their footprints in the small window. However, that window is rather... The bamboo sword. The killer took the bamboo sword out of its bag, tied the bag to the sword's handle, and used the sword as a step stool to reach the small window. As long as they're able to reach the window, all they had to do was... And so the killer left the beach house and appeared before us as if... But their wet hair and swimsuit didn't dry right away. So when the killer met up with us, they said... So how about it? This is the truth.
I see. What of it? She's like, I haven't done anything to be...
What? Wrong!
That's no...
Whatever.
There's no... Justice can never be... To protect what's most important. Understand?
I don't get it.
Then I shall be direct. In order to keep justice.
Are you...
It's not serious if I fall here. Now, follow your... Hurry! And catch...
Give me a break!
If we let Peko go... For the sake of grand justice. Don't worry. The justice that you give your life...
I can't stand her any...
However...
Monokuma, the vote!
I've heard your story. Now then, please quote who will be chosen as the Blackened. Will you make the right choice?
Pardon me, can we please have a little more time? Pardon me.
Continue our discussion.
Yes, but I cannot...
Strange? What do you...
That...
As a serial killer enthusiast, Hey, Sony isn't a serial killer in...
That makes her an...
Honestly, Felch, there's a distinct difference. You know, so...
Justice, the center of justice that is pierced by... That would be me.
That's right. According to what Sonia said.
The article was written in their native...
If she had it translated...
Huh? Yes. The magazine. So, Sparkling Justice. Which means the journalist.
From space?
What?
Peko, you're not...
Or, you insist that you...
Would you be able to do...
It appeared. However, and... My duty as a tool.
Uh-huh?
That mask has fulfilled.
What do you mean?
Now that you've already cast...
Hey, be clear!
I have no
Tool?
She called herself a tool.
Of course.
I see.
What do you...
I mean, besides Peko and Hiyoko, there is proof that I see!
Are you talking about the body discovery announcement?
Yep, that's right. I mean... announcement is made when at least 3 people discover a body. And in this particular case, if that's the case, it would...
I see.
So that means that...
Plus, the fact that Monokuma tried... That's such a vital clue that it could all...
No.
Huh?
Yes. From your basic way of thinking... That means I'm just a simple tool.
Therefore, that person would have the strongest...
You're the only one! Is it for Yuriko?
But even if it's the motive, would you call a game like...
I can prove it with this! I didn't think it was necessary to confirm it if it didn't have anything to do with Mahiru's murder, but... There's no doubt that game is based on actual... Photos awarded for beating the game are not actual in-game screenshots. They're all actual photos. You me whether or not the first victim in the game was... Because whoever It was the envelope, right?
If you were shown a photograph of your sister's dead, even so, you want it.
Hey! Why are we talking about because...
That's why I told you. As I said before, I had no motive for killing Mahi. I was simply used...
Hey! What's
The true killer who used me as...
What the...
I see.
No. But my young master does.
Young master?
That, I'm sure you realize if I...
That's a problem. Echo's allegation holds...
In that case...
That's nuts!
How would Pecco be... Pecco is a legit...
That's not for you to decide. The votes have been cast.
I guess for now, let's take... Sorry.
Hey! Hey!
Well... You just don't know.
Hey.
No. I am nothing but a tool.
What?
If my young master is attacked, I must defend him as his shield. If he intends to kill, I must be his sword. That is my only reason for living. Before I am human, I am until this body of mine can no longer move. I shall fulfill my duty until the very end.
That is... Huh?
You fiend.
No. I am nothing but a tool.
Damn it. Damn it! Don't fuck with me!
You...
So...
But...
Oh my! Huh?
But...
Are you serious?
Oh...
But... Hey,
What the...
damn it!
And so...
That is...
Hey,
Why, you...
but... Why?
Shut the hell up!
What are you saying?
Jeez. Huh?
Young master, I am finished.
What?
Eh?
course.
Be quiet.
Yes, indeed.
It cannot be.
That's obviously wrong.
No.
This is troubling.
I see. Great!
Wrong.
Now then. Huh? Hey. What?
Hold on.
What? Jeez.
Hey.
Yeah. Huh? Yeah.
Young master.
Young master!
Hey. Damn it!
Young master, I am finished.
You already know, right? What's going to happen after you kill someone?
I did it because I know. There is no way I can let that happen to you.
Hey, Pekka. Do you remember what I told you when we first arrived on this island? Our professional relationship doesn't exist on this island. We're just fellow high school students now. You need to run. Got it? Just let me take the fall so you can get away.
Young master,
Shut up!
there is no way I cannot. I am might without an owner.
God damn it, we are done with that crap!
Regardless, I will not flee. I have a... Please do not worry. I intend to fulfill... Now please, go after you leave. I must block the door. Hurry!
Damn it. You better run away. Got it? You better escape. Sorry.
Young master!
I'm a disgrace. Pekka.
Young master!
Oh, too bad. Why you?
Hey. Jeez. Sorry.
Young master.
What?
Even so,
Echo.
I am terribly sorry. Goodbye.
and please do not cause us. I will never feel despair.
So cool!
Young master, for you.
So,
I want you.
jeez.
Thrills! Chill!
Why?
Now then, I prepared...
I never needed a tool. So... You didn't need to become a tool.
Let's give it everything we've got!
You just needed to be yourself. I never wanted a tool. I just wanted you. Only you.
Young master?
Why? Why couldn't...
Let's go! It's punishment time!
I need you!
Young master?
Young master!
Such a waste. Damn it.
Oh.
Such despair. Isn't that right? Listen carefully.
What?
Everyone!
You serious?
drunk!
I'm in his blood! He won't stop!
Can't you? God damn!
You're so
You stupid brother!
What the heck?
That's wrong! Hey, hey! Hey, hey!
Unbelievable. Fine. So, like...
An ambulance?
Just leave the rest to me, Dr. Killgood.
Dr. Killgood? You've already killed your
We gotta get this patient to the Monokuma Hospital ER. So...
Damn it.
Perhaps. However,
Fall, my dear.
You guys can see it, right? You can see that poor people are already... We took our time preparing the hope fragments, but now we're... Honestly, whether it's better if we let them leave this island, or if we shouldn't let them escape. For those kids, which option is... But I guess there's more time to... That guy will probably take over our plan's final stage as well. What lies beyond that is the foul resurrection and the continuation of the big... That cannot be even if... We have to pay the ultimate. Everything is...